تفضل ممارس العادة السرية كتير كده انت.
So bring it on. Hike expectation, emotion. The game yet to kick off. The excitement already palpable. Expectations and decibels both rising fast here. Things are heating up and we'll be getting underway very soon. Well, we're underway. So, Jim, tell me this. Who are you looking for in particular here?
Well, Lamine Yamal. Well, this guy,
الله
Lamine Yamal, Peter,
ربنا
certainly
يسخ.
is a very exciting talent. A natural right winger. We all know about his technique, but he's very impressive with his decision making too. And when you consider that his job is all about supply, it's all about end product. He's become actually quite good at that. His ball retention is quite strong. And when you've got that in a wide player, you're onto something.
He would be the obvious choice, wouldn't he? He certainly has all the right qualities.
خبطت فيا. لو هو عايز يلعب الثرو بنفس الطريقة دي مش هيلعبه.
That was very kind of him to oblige so early.
One sweeping move executed with deadly efficiency.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust.
Borussia Dortmund are already chasing the game. They didn't envisage that. Out towards the flank. No, that's been intercepted. Well, that looks a decent ball. Oh, played through for the wide man. Showing good feet. Yamal receives it in a wide position. And it's hoist. He's going for goal! That had everyone off their seats.
Oh, he just got it ever so slightly wrong, Peter. There wasn't much in that at all.
Well played. That has snuffed out the danger. Extra cross.
Well, not the worst attempt. A little technical tweak should help the quality.
De Bruyne. Forlan. Pedri. Yamal. Cafu.
Borussia Dortmund really can't go chasing this game too soon. Any rash decisions now could see them lose it.
And it's Van Nistelrooy. Great vision. Shot
عيني.
could be on. He's got away. Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it.
والله
Oh, what a
عيني على النستر.
sticks it away. They have come roaring back.
Well, it looks like we have ourselves a real game here now, Peter. They've been rewarded for their courage, for their attitude, for their application, and now they'll want another.
حط جسمك.
Utterly unsophisticated, but stuck away with unashamed
والله بالنستر
certainty.
تاني.
Oh, it's a fantastic assist.
That could spell trouble. Real chance here.
ايه ده؟ بلانش.
That defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be.
I'm not sure the shot was ever on there, really. There were just too many bodies in the way, Peter.
Now it's Vinicius Junior. And De Bruyne!
Yes, sir.
Manchester United! And they get themselves in front! There was no getting to that. No getting to it at all. Expertly done.
Well, Peter, I think the keeper knew straight away he was never going to get to it.
Well, this is what we've been waiting for. Yamal.
They've got to be quick moving this forward.
And this is Torres. Distributed tidily. Yamal. The ball goes in. That's a decent clearance. And the volley. And that's
ماتش عجيب غريب.
Well, even for
شامم
him,
ريحة
that
مش
may have
لطيفة.
been a touch ambitious.
Nicely weighted ball. He has a look up. He's had a shot.
يا وحش.
And yes, it's there. And once more, we are all square. You score,
نص ساعة.
we score.
Yeah, since going a goal down, they've dug in to produce a really fine spell, which for me deserved that equaliser.
And that really is so impressive.
I'm not making any apologies, but I was willing him to supply the finish, and he came up trumps.
This is quite a battle.
Well, there's resilience for you, Peter. As a side, they never lost focus despite the setback, and this is thoroughly merited. For me, now they can go one better, possibly.
يا راجل.
Forlan. For De Bruyne. Cafu. Oh, super ball. And he shoots! Goal! Manchester United! And again they hit the front. And he stuck it away as if laser guided.
Just way too good, Peter. The keeper was never going to stop it.
Oh, shooting chance!
حلوة يا مستر رو.
It's
ايه
there!
الماتش ده؟
They're level in a trice!
Well, that's so refreshing. They went a goal down, and you never would have guessed it. Their reaction has been emphatic.
روح بقى أنا عايز أتقدم مرة روح.
Smart and slick.
Just the sort of forward pass he's been looking for. Very telling.
And he's done it again. He's
أنا
got
عمل
his
3 هجمات
second.
التلاتة بجوان.
Quite a thriller this one's become.
Well, they just couldn't have responded any better, Peter. Yeah, there's the old cliche about how teams can lose focus after scoring, but you still have to take your chances. Brilliant.
Rijkaard. Borussia Dortmund finding their
بتستود
punches.
القرف ده بتستود.
And it's De Bruyne. Caceres calmly anticipates. Rijkaard. Forlan. Oh, good spread. And that is going to be the final action of the first half. High octane,
فوز إيه يا عم؟
high scoring. That
فوز
was
إيه
quite
بقاله
a half
أسبوع.
of football. It is quite a game, breathless and laced with excitement.
A little lost today. Please look at the screen for information on how to find your way around this stadium.
شفت هنزل الحارس بتاع اي سي ميلان. هنزله الماتش الجاي. الحارس بتاع اي سي ميلان 102. بتاع نجوم الأسبوع.
Second period then underway.
Number 19, Yamal. Number 17,
Rijkaard.
coming on the field. Number 20.
And this is Torres. And it's made its way to him. He's through and Pedri!
Number 15.
And that is certainly not what he had in mind.
Manchester United really are good at what they're doing. They'll gladly take any opportunity to launch that
أنا
counter.
هنزل مينيون. اللي هو اللي بتاع ميلان الماتش الجاي. روح.
Well, played right into his path.
ما فينيسيوس ده فينيسيوس.
Cafu. Well, they've got it back in a hurry. Cannavaro.
ادي فوق.
Lovely pass, but can he get...
يا ابن الوسخة بيجري راح فين يا ابن الوسخة؟
Azar can see things others simply
ايه
can't.
ده؟
And it's Forlan. Mbappe. Oh, that's fabulous. Good decision by the
ساب
keeper.
الكرة عمال يجري
Exactly right.
جري تحت من السقف.
There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Beckenbauer kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. He's through here. Cannavaro promptly onto that, and that is that. Cafu. Mbappe. Rosicki going face to face with his great rival. Van Nistelrooy has his eye on that match ball.
Well, I think he's got a great chance of ending up with a match ball, provided he doesn't
فينيسيوس
get too
كيفاش
carried
خايف
away with
فينيسيوس
his
يطلع.
own personal target now. As long as he keeps working for his team, he
كيفاش
should be
خايف.
fine.
Substitution for Manchester United. Number
Both sides then
18,
taking this chance to turn to their benches.
Coming on to replace him is number 14,
Hazard.
Dwight York.
Almost an hour
Substitution in
gone.
progress.
That pass surprised everyone and not in a good way.
هذا عم يسقع بسط التلميذ.
Now it's Mbappe. Shot a goal! Now who's going to be first to this? Oh, he's been caught on it here. Saka's delivery. That's really well manoeuvred. Now it's Mbappe. And that's the end of that. It all started well enough. Now here's the delivery. There's the header! Oh, it's fallen loose again! Goal! Manchester United! Into the lead once more. Some heroic goalkeeping, but even that couldn't save them this time.
Yeah, he showed great reactions there. Right place, right time, easy pickings.
إذا
Manchester United go into the lead.
It's so often the case with goal scorers, little influence, and all of a sudden, bang.
Borussia Dortmund with the corner. They're first.
عديها مش
Well,
تطفش.
that's certainly more like it. They can't let the intensity drop now, Peter.
They're coming again and again.
I think they just have to keep forcing the issue and they'll get clinical.
Cannavaro cuts it out. And that is a little undercooked. Played into space out wide.
Borussia Dortmund may only be one behind, but they're showing much in terms of threatening parity.
Lovely bit of skill. Serginho. Played into the box.
حط.
Great defending, strong and determined.
Well, there's plenty to like about this approach. Get your head down, keep battling away, and eventually things might change for you. That's just playing it safe and simple.
That's a good intervention. That was what he had to make in the face of danger that was growing. Mbappe, Haaland, well read,
Oh.
and the danger is averted. And he has slightly undercooked that one.
Well, everything up to the
So this
final
might
pass
be,
was decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
Now it's Haaland.
Substitution for Manchester United.
Borussia Dortmund
Number 8,
have their second corner now.
Diego Forlan. Coming on the field is number 5, Bellingham.
عديها بقى.
Played out to the left flank. Julie plays. Oh, smashing header! And the lead stays intact, just.
Well, you'd really expect him to hit the target.
And the shot! Cafu. Pedri. The final 5 minutes.
يلا جولي.
And a chance!
لا والله
It's
لا
in
حرام.
for the pieces.
ايوه.
He scored!
اختفى الخامس دلوقتي بقى وانا ماتش ابن الوسخ ده جوان ايه ده؟
For this, his current club. And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
Look, that's one of the first things you learn, whether you're a striker or not. Just anticipate a goalkeeping parry or spillage, and sometimes you'll get lucky. It'll come your way.
All square again into the dying minutes.
credit where it's due. This is great attitude. Now, the only question is whether there's enough in the tank to grab another.
Well, now it's a race for the ball. He's shifting through the gears here. A header! Well, that is clearly not the outcome he wanted.
Well, it really shouldn't be allowed to happen again. It needs to be dealt with at source.
Looking for the run. Nice interception, well timed.
زحلق
Quick
أمها
to get
بقى.
it clear again. Showing great feet there. Now there's a fine ball. Look at the skill finish.
آه.
Oh, that was no routine save.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played. All the big boys are set for this. It's like land of the giants in there.
والله حرام.
Referee looks at his watch and blows his whistle. What a game. A contest of ferocity and marvellous talent from start to finish. Well, after all of that, Jim, what are you thinking?
We are glad
Yeah,
to
this
inform
looked
you
the
that
most
today's
likely
match day
outcome, but we've
program
had a good...
بعض التبديلات. أنا أوت. نذهب. في الويز. نقدر تنزل على الويز. بالتالي لازم انهزرت. أنت تلعب للمرة. إني انهزرت. شو آه. آه. إيه برنامج. ماشي. 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 يا ابني ده الفكرة دي.
Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium, and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now. Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game. Everyone involved is absolutely up for it. There's the whistle, and here we go. De Jong completing his first century of appearances here today.
ارجع جدي كرفخون ارجع ارجع.
Something that I mentioned to him in person before the match, Peter, although it took some time to register. Pretty much the same with me on my 100th game. I was more focused on winning than anything else.
ماشي ماشي
The
ماشي
chip pass
ماشي
hasn't
ماشي.
quite come off. Well, quality clearly deserted him at the crucial moment.
Yeah, he just didn't seem to get enough on the pass, Peter, did he?
That's surely a foul. Free kick. And it's De Jong. Pedri simply
طب نمر على
refused to
مين
be
يامال؟
outdone there.
يهوشني انه هيجري بعد كده يقف.
Now this could be a chance. He's found the way through.
حلوة.
And that should get the job done. And here's Yamal.
قبل 5-2.
Lamine Yamal really was well marshalled there because he was denied the opportunity to turn.
And it's Van Nistelrooy.
والله ما ده والله باتستود.
Yamal chasing after it. That has ended up in no man's land. Cannavaro calmly anticipates. And here's Figo. It has been a rather gentle affair so far. Now it's
ما
out.
تجري بقى انت هتلف لي حوالين
Happy with
نفسك.
that one.
والله وحشة كنظارة.
Pass somewhat off target. That's been cut out. Well played. Looking for the run.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
روح.
Great vision. And he's picked out the run. Batistuta is on his own.
ايه ده؟ وربنا مباظي من بدري وربنا مباظي من بدري.
Pull it. Bops him off it and wins back the ball.
Yeah, we're actually currently watching a contest of insipid probing. The only way is up, I hope.
Well, there is a look that
والله
says it
مباظي
all.
من بدري.
A piercing stare.
Well,
يا ريتني
that's
شوت
due to
باتستود.
a simple
حتى لو شوت كان برضه مش هيشوت.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks. Have beautifully policed that midfield. The opposition have been handcuffed.
Well, that had the makings of something quite promising, but it's fizzled out into nothing. Rijkaard is the distributor-in-chief, always looking for movers. A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
Piqué cuts it out. Jimenez gets across to intercept that.
خميس.
Hakimi.
روح انا.
It's a pretty loose pass. Half an hour played now. Caceres. That's Cannavaro. And it's
بس كده انت
Carvajal.
البساط بتاعتك خاصتني.
Azar. Pedri cuts out the pass. Rijkaard. Figo will play through for the wide
انت
man.
بتعمل ايه؟ والله انت ما فاهم انت بتعمل ايه.
It's loose and there's a race for the ball. And he's there to get it away. And here's Figo. Carvajal promptly onto that, and that is that. Well, a goal here just before half-time could mean a great deal. And it's Pedri. Pullets. Lovely pass, but can he get there?
Well, it seems as if he's just had a momentary lapse and slipped into...
It's Figo!
ولا هو ده حارس
Time
بيصد
getting
ده.
close now. And this is Batistuta. Pedri. Hakimi. Great ball if he can get there. Showing good feet. Skillfully cut out. He is so at ease on the ball. De Jong engages and forces him off the ball. Ambitious ball here. No, he's just misjudged that one. Hakimi.
ماتش
There's the end
عفن.
of the first half. So neither team were able to take the lead, but it certainly hasn't been for the lack of trying. Any opinion you'd like to express on the first half?
Well, it's been nothing but frustration, really, Peter. I think the team as a whole has to take more risks, but they really need to up their quality too.
So we reach the halfway point, and neither side have yet been able to force the issue. It's 0-0.
زرع الماتش بتاع 50 كوين هيروح عليا بكره.
And we're off again. So the first half brought no goals. Oh, that's a fine challenge. Pedri. Figo. He's a sharp little... And a chance!
حول الله يا رب على الكرة اللي بتعدي من البطن.
Dependability is one thing, and he brings that to his game. But that sort of dynamism is another attribute he's blessed with, and it's revealed on a regular basis too. Superb.
The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack like that, it's like walking into a sucker punch, and they're dazed.
A 1-0 lead.
الكرة بتعدي من بطني وربنا بتعدي من بطني.
And that's caused a worry or two.
Well, he's furious with himself, but at least the boss is applauding his effort then.
And it's Pedri. The message is clear, none shall pass. And here's Yamal. Azar. And it's Batistuta. Nicely weighted ball.
يا حول الله يا رب.
He's having a shot! They've done it! Two to the good, and they are purring. Absolutely purring. Right place, right time, and a fine instinctive finish.
That's really good anticipation too, Peter. Just instinctively knew where the ball would be and where he needed to put himself.
Things starting to look very comfortable.
This is wonderful front-footed football. The manager will be absolutely thrilled to see his team clicking in every department.
Played out wide. Well, that looks a decent ball. Nice interception. His positioning was spot on.
Look, they've had their chance to regroup and rethink. Now they've got to stir a revival.
De Jong. Now it's Yamal. Oh, well played, well sorted out. Hakimi. Hakimi. Threads one in. Figo gets into a good position. Climbs up big! Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested.
That appeared to be an inevitable outcome. Too much traffic.
Yamal picks it up out wide, and he was alert to it. Rijkaard. He's tried one! Oh, split second instant reaction.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
Well, that's well seen too. Now it's Yamal. And the through ball.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
And this is Hullet. Oh, good real chance. It's
Oh,
Ramos.
Harrison.
Who's going to get there? Now it's Yamal. De Jong does really well to win the ball there. Now it's Yamal. He's had it taken off him. Hazard. And it's Van Nistelrooy. Hazard. Now it's Hullet. And this is Figo. Figo is sporting a guilty look after that.
Well, the pass wasn't good enough.
نلعب بخمسة أنا كمان ورا يا أولاد الوسخة، ونقعد نغصب في بعض يا أولاد الوسخة،
Crossed
نقعدوا
into the
نغصب في بعض.
box. Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out.
أنا بلعب الباص، اللعيب بيباصي بعد ما بباصي ب8 ساعات،
Oh, smashing
أنا بعد ما
header.
باخد القرار
Oh, it
اللعيب
could be
بيعمله
3-0 for
بعدها
sure.
ب8 ساعات.
Bullet really must be wondering how he hasn't put them 3 up. It was a very, very decent chance.
Substitution for Borussia Dortmund.
We have got changes here for both sides, in fact.
Number 3, Frankie de Jong. Number 6, Striker.
Well, they can at least make a fight of it. Even if it's just a goal, the lift it would give would be huge no matter what the end result is.
Big header. Has fallen kindly here.
والله حلو الحارس ده والله.
And that would have won it.
Number 16, Rodri. Number 14,
Well, height could make all the difference on these set pieces.
Number 20, Vinicius Junior. Substitutions taking place.
Yamal! Oh no, that could be a costly miss. Now it's Vinicius Junior.
ما تجري يا فينيسيوس، أنت واقف بتعمل إيه طيب؟
It's over and intercepts. Aims beyond the defence. Hullet. Shot a goal! They've got to be quick to recover this. Knocks it into space. Robertson. Cole. Julie. Robertson.
Has been indicated.
Julie. Niggles his way through. He's
بص وقف ازاي ورجع فين؟ وأنت راجع ليه كده؟
Cole looks to get on the end of this. Now it's Figo in with the challenge. And that will be the final act.
أنا بجري جولي، أنا خسران وده رايح، أنا 1-2، إحنا رايحين مع بعض،
Especially hard to
رجع ليه الجارية دي كلها لورا؟ أنا عايز أفهمها دي، أنا عايز أفهمها
the
دي.
result is one that will make them
بس الدفيجن ده خلاص، الدفيجن خسر 4 ده طلع ب50 كله. والله حارس حلو يا عم، حارس نجوم أسبوع 102. أنا فسيت في الخطة بس هجربها. هلاعب بودة. بودة أب. بودة. تعالى بودة. بودة. يلا بودة بودة. بودة حن علينا ودخل الماتش.
The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest. This is, of course, the Azteca, a stadium that evokes so many memories. And if you wonder to what I am referring, you need only look back at the commemorative bronze plaques of the game of the century, the goal of the century. The action has already started. Jim, you've played in games of this nature. Who can make the difference?
Well, Peter, I don't think you're going to get many defenders who are as good as this
بستوتة وحياة
footballer.
أمك وحياة أمك يا شيخ.
Building from the back. I mean, he's always boasted impressive forward passes where you see him hit the front line with diagonals, switch play. He's got a great, varied passing game. But I really have been surprised at how good a ball carrier he is.
No argument from me on that front. It's easy to see how his presence alone affects both sides. And it's Robertson. Now it's Aubameyang! I think that's offside. Yes, it is. It's a really well-measured ball. Now it's Mbappe.
والله لعب على الهيد
Now it's
لتحت مش
Vinicius
كده.
Junior. He has found the way through. It's a good ball out wide. I wonder what you've seen, Jim, over the early moments of the game.
Well, neither side has really grabbed the initiative, I would say. Both must have come in with a view of not making any early mistakes. So we're seeing some conservatism here.
Rijkaard. And here's Batistuta. He's been bundled over. That is a foul. The referee has resisted the temptation to go to his pocket. It's just a
حلوة
stern
بودة
line charge.
بودة.
What a start. Free kick in a dangerous position in the opening minutes. And we have the first dead ball situation of the game. Promising one. And this is Batistuta.
Batistuta really needed to concentrate on protecting the ball. Then again, he was being very closely marshalled.
Robertson. Looking to go deep. Chooses to go back. He's going for goal! And he's gone searching crossfield. So a third of the match or thereabouts gone, and we still await the first goal. Mbappe picks it up out wide. Robertson is looking to influence the game from out wide. Nice bit of skill, and he's away. And he's been shifted off it. And that has left him in a heap.
كوندي معاه انذار. كوندي معاه انذار.
And the referee has shown him a yellow card.
يا عم غور في داهية، انت جاي لي في كل فاول كده.
And it's Robertson. Oh, it's a great ball here. Rafael Leao. Shapes to shoot! Mbappe!
ايه
Irrepressible!
الدفاع الجميل ده؟
A finish right from the top draw!
The skill and the confidence was just brilliant, and he showed both a quick head and even quicker feet.
Mbappe! He's done very well to get to that.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
And we have our very first corner. Rijkaard can get it clear. That is ended up in no man's land. Borussia Dortmund have the chance to go the other way. Robertson. He's a sharp little ball here. And Batistuta! He has done it!
يلا. بس الخطة دي مش نافعة.
Well, that's so refreshing. They went a goal down, and you never would have guessed it. Their reaction has been emphatic.
Reflections on the goal?
I love the technique in that finish. There was a concentration to keep it down.
He rises! Smashing delivery, just didn't do enough with it.
I think we can expect a few more of those now. Better timing was all that was required.
Isco. It's Aubameyang.
تسيب معايا تاني بعد ما بصيت لي، ما تسيبنيش لوحدي بعد إذنك.
Mbappe, and he has been fouled there. He knew what was coming. That's a yellow card. It's a good 30, 35 yards out, this. Missed by a fraction. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. Robertson. Isco is the team's great visionary. Can he finish? And the keeper has reacted superbly there.
Batistuta actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
Wan-Bissaka. And it's Forlan. Knocks it into space. Well, he was clearly disappointed with that pass.
Colorado Springs clearly should have gone for the easier pass. Now they'll have to quickly regroup.
جميلة.
Wan-Bissaka. Can he get on the end of this? That's a foul. A simple decision for the referee. And no surprise, that's a booking.
مالك يا بودة فيها بودة؟ ما تخرش ده يا ابني، انا غلبتك 100 مرة يا ابني، جاي على السؤال التاني. تلعب حلو يا بودة.
Se agregarán 3 minutos al tiempo reglamentario.
Madueke has created one goal already. Now it's Mbappe. Tries to pass it through. Skillfully cut out. He is so at ease on the ball. Challenged just a bit on the firm side. Now it's Batistuta.
تجري يا باتستوتا، ايه رايك في الفكرة بالتلعب؟
Kukurea
ما
makes the
تجري
interception.
يا ابن المرة.
The referee brings the
انت
first
قطعه، كان
half to
هيروح
a
انفراد
close.
باتستوتا.
Nothing to separate the two teams at half-time. They've both given it a really good go, and they head into the break all square. So there was the first half.
Who wants half time when you have a contest this good? I can
Well,
only hope
that-
it picks up where it left off.
Well, it's been intriguing stuff so far, and it's 1-1 at the break. Both teams hoping for a pick-me-up in the second half. And we are already promptly back underway. There. Oh, smashing header! Oh, it's fallen loose again! Well, that looked awkward, but he had a good crack at it.
Yeah, typically for him, that was the furthest thing from
حقيقي؟
easy, but it still didn't stop him having a go.
Kukurea. Jordan Henderson. Now it's Aubameyang. Tries to play it through. Oh, well cut out. No margin for error there at all. And it's
يا ابني
fallen.
الكرة معاك يا ابني.
Rafael Leao. Mbappe receives it in a good position here.
Mbappe really was well marshalled there because he was denied the opportunity to
لا حول
turn.
الله.
Well, he's going to be disappointed with that. And he's searching through. He's in a good position here. Tries a shot.
وش بالعافية.
Goal! Borussia Dortmund! And the game is well and truly turned on its head. There was no getting to that. No getting to it at all. Expertly done.
Yeah, tempted and teased the keeper into thinking he could get to it, but it just eased away to catch the inside of the post.
بعدها فرصة أخيرة لحد آخر ماتش الخطة المنتنة عايز.
Hay un cambio en el campo de juego. Número 6.
So, time for changes on both sides, actually.
Número 11.
Well, this is what we've been waiting for.
Número 18.
Well, they've done the hard part.
Entran número 23.
بودة
Off target.
بودة
Well, let's
عم
just
تزنيش.
consider that one arranged by
عم
him.
تزنيش يا
Certainly
بودة.
wasn't troubling the goalkeeper.
Cambio.
Some good work on the right flank here. Julie. Spread it left. Sends it crossfield.
La cantidad de espectadores
Almost
de
an
este
hour gone.
partido fue de
يا ساتر يا رب.
80.953.
He's shifting through the gears here. And he's whipped it across.
Well, that's certainly more like it. They can't let the intensity drop now, Peter.
They're coming again and
وحلا
again.
هلا ده
The
تحركات
question
المثالية.
now is whether they can sustain it.
وحلا فينيسيوس أنا ابن.
He is through here. Roberts and the shots. Oh, the ball's run loose here.
طرشة.
Foul and a free kick in a very dangerous area. And that's going to be a booking. Well,
It was deliberate, it was cynical, and you have to understand the frustration of being denied a clear opportunity, but it had to be done.
Julie! Now, who's going to be first to this? Laid out to the left flank. He gets his head on it! That was superb goalkeeping.
Vinicius Junior really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
Good ball over the top. That's ruffled a few feathers, but well dealt with. Knocks it out wide. Cannavaro.
والله كانافارو انت
Borussia
اسطوره.
Dortmund perhaps wondering what the best time is for their next substitution. Now it's Doku.
لابد يا
That's
ابن
fabulous. Ah, such a clever touch. Doku tries across. Kukurea goes direct. Brzezinski. Now he's got space here. Mbappe is onto this. Rijkaard. Good running, strong and purposeful. Well, he's not happy with that challenge, but the referee has let it go. And body! It's bounced back off the post.
خش.
Robertson. Passing is crisp and sharp. He's on it. Can he get away? Some excellent tackling here, and that one
انا
a
كنت اوريك
perfect
التفسير ازاي
example.
ده.
Corner.
على دماغك دي يلا. ممكن نعمل جبهة نارية. بقول لك خليك نعمل جبهة نارية.
It's their second corner of the game. De Jong gets rid without sophistication. Out to the right.
بشوفك لما لسه تاخد
Yamal
السبرنت
could
دول
try cutting
هتقتل اللعيب.
inside here.
دول هتقتل
That's
اللعيب.
been knocked clear.
Colorado Springs really might just end up kicking themselves after that. That could well have been it.
And here's Mbappe. And that is a little undercooked. Now, can they get him away? He's in a great position here. And the
مش
whistle's
فاول؟
gone for a reckless challenge there.
Well, Peter,
مش
when
انذار
you're up
تاني
against
وتالت دي
a
يعني؟
speedster, you've got to get to him early and not let
يا
him
عم
get
هالاند
to his
بيلعب يا
stride,
عم.
and they're just
هالاند
not
بيلعب.
doing that.
كل ما تشوفني تقول مش بتابع هالاند ليه؟ هالاند بيلعب. يا ترى بيلعب. بص
Some
هبقى
movement on the bench, and we are going to see a change. Oh, they could be caught out here. Spread out to the left.
السكونامي الجميلة عاملة هالاند
Looking
بجنب
for
75.
Vinicius Junior. In
طرشة. الله
and
الله
by the most
الله.
impressive
تعالى كنت
volley.
اكسرك عشان انا مغلول
Really
منك.
looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
De Jong.
اجري ورايا. اجري ورايا. اجري ورايا. تعالى اجري ورايا هنا تاني. اجري ورايا. طب
This
اجري
is
ورايا.
an adventurous run down that left-hand side.
هرفع؟ لا مش هرفع.
Whistle's gone, and they've got themselves a free kick.
سيلفستر تحس ان هو نازل بيلعب
Julie
بفلتر
looking
سناب
to
شات.
play it into the box.
تحس دماغه فلتر سناب شات. مش شايط. مش شايط.
Little doubt, that is a foul.
شايف التكسير يا بودة؟
Well, that's a bookie.
شايفه؟
Always looked it.
انا بودة اخد شفتين.
Jordan Henderson is a perfect combination of great, and that will be it.
يلا بالدور حاول.
Borussia Dortmund have won it by sheer force of character, as winning teams do. They managed.
هو الدفيجن ابن المرة اللي مش عايز يخلص ده، بما اني طولت فيه ليه كده؟ هو ماتش يخسر. يلا خش ماتش بقى، ماتش 50 كل اللي هيخلص بكرة ده. أنا الخطة دي مش نافعة، ونرجع تاني زي ما كنا. انهزرت أنا وطني نزلت أساسا، أنا وطني. أنا بكسبهم من أول مرة يا رب. شرط شمال. برضه تلات شرط. وينز كات وينز عنده اجتماع طارئ مع وزير الري.
Well, here comes a crunch game. So much depends on this. Expectation and nerve. It is indeed a heady mix. Colours vivid and vibrant, songs loud and proud. The tone for this game is well and truly set. So that's got things underway. Well, it's fair to presume, I suppose, that Lionel Messi will, as almost always, Jim, be carrying a huge burden of expectation here.
Yeah, but it won't bother him at all, Peter. He just delivers without fail time and time again, and often in a way only he can.
Absolutely. So I wonder what the little magician will have in store for us today.
Well, all I shall say is expect the unexpected.
Haaland showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out.
والله باظي بقالي ساعة. لا حول الله.
Lovely pass, but can he get there? And he's picked it up out wide. Delivers the ball. And he's there. Can he finish? Just off target.
Messi is clearly kicking himself here. He knew that was a great opportunity.
طبعا مستوى.
Rafinha. Van Nistelrooy. And here's Haaland. Van Nistelrooy. Shot a goal! Oh, he's been caught and he's following up. Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. Borussia Dortmund with the corner. They're first. Strong running down that left flank. Takes aim and crosses.
Well played and well cleared.
And it's Van Nistelrooy. Shapes to shoot! And they've got Reed. Fernandes. Now it's Hazard. I wonder what you've seen, Jim, over the early moments of the game.
Well, I think both teams probably feel it's too early for either to start taking real risks. So they're still very much in a phase of testing the waters and sizing each other up.
Rijkaard concedes a free kick for that. Well, that looks like a final warning. Still no card. Rijkaard is the distributor-in-chief, always looking for movers. The less said about that pass, the better. It looked as though that might lead to something quite promising, but it turned out that that was not the case. That pass isn't the best. Can he get on the end of this? Showing good feet. Van Nistelrooy. Last-ditch defending, but that'll do. Shoots!
يا عم بقى يا عم.
And he comes up trumps again.
Another cracking save from the keeper, Peter. He's playing a blinder.
It's their second corner of the game. Van Nistelrooy!
واو.
That looked awkward, but he had a good crack at it.
Oh, he's usually such a good finisher.
Rijkaard gathers from the goal kick. And he plays one through. Tries a shot! They want to be quick to recover this. So, Jim, what are you thinking?
Well, it's plain for all to see who has settled into this game with the greater superiority. Now for a goal.
Fernandes. Now it's
روح.
cute ball. Now, how can he reach? And that is
أيوة.
goal! Borussia Dortmund! We knew what
حلوة
was
أنا
coming,
بسكوتة.
and he has outfoxed the keeper again.
Oh, that's excellent composure because the keeper put as much pressure on as he could by not committing sooner.
Borussia Dortmund penetrate first. It is a truly precious lead.
Well, that silenced the crowd, Peter. Item 1 on the to-do list. Done.
That is ended up in no man's land. It's an inviting-looking ball
طبعا
there.
فوق.
No, that's been intercepted. Pass somewhat off target. And no, he seemed to
والله
roll
فاكر
with
يذكر
that.
عن بلال كوتش.
Now it's Fernandez. Hazard. He is through. Goes for a shot. In for the pieces.
الكرة راح الهجمة من ناحية الشمال.
That is remarkable.
يا عم ابعد وشك ده.
Square in
اللعيبة كلها سايبة الهجمة عمالة تجري على العارضة اللي تحت بعيدة. يا ترى ليه؟ سؤال مهم، يا ترى ليه؟
Some heroic goalkeeping, but even that couldn't save them this time.
Well, that's not the best attempt by the keeper, and he's just paid the ultimate price, hasn't he?
And that has added a whole new big chance. It's loose now, and they want to get it back. Vardiol gets it away.
It's the sort of situation they'll want to capitalise on now.
And that's really well manoeuvred. Isco aims beyond the defence.
ماتش تاني بسرعة، ماتش نتي.
Knocks it into space. Vardiol tries to play it through. For a moment you felt that was going somewhere, but they'll have to go again. Now it's Batistuta. Haaland! Well, that is remarkable.
I thought it was a really good break. No shortage of pace nor intensity. Exactly what's required when on the counter-attack.
And he welcomes it in. He's great chance.
أيوة بقى هالاند.
Goal! Borussia Dortmund. And they're back in front. And that is about as cool as they come. He picked his spot expertly.
Just way too good, Peter. The keeper was never going to stop it.
والله.
Borussia Dortmund get themselves into the lead.
It's so often the case with goal scorers, little influence.
He's having a shot.
Oof.
Oh, classic Batistuta. About as smooth as it gets. They are really purring here, and they have extended their lead in the blink. And that'll be the final action of the first half.
Well, it's hard to say whether a two-goal advantage under these circumstances is decisive or not, but so far, I haven't really seen enough to indicate that the opposition can come out in the second half and improve to that degree.
Borussia Dortmund are broadly in charge, but the contest is still alive at 3-1. And we're already back up and running after half-time. Now it's Mbappe.
They'll want to make the most of this turnover.
And it played right into his path. Cannavaro goes sliding in. That is a jarring tackle, but apparently nothing wrong with it. Jimenez. Pressing high and with purpose. That's Rijkaard.
لا حتى وزين.
Caceres, a picture of focus and alertness. And he's forced to go back. And it's Jimenez. Isco. And it's Van Nistelrooy. Oh, nicely intercepted. He's a sharp little ball here. Picked out chance! Oh,
Well,
that
fair
was
enough.
a routine save.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
And that has been cleared. Played out towards the right wing. Borussia Dortmund have the chance to go the other way. And it's made its way to him.
That was lovely, that.
Van Nistelrooy. Now that looks a decent ball.
Oh.
That's the keeper's ball.
Well, he was given the time and room initially to hold on to the ball, but eventually he was squeezed that bit harder and the task became too much. I think he's got to be a little quicker in his distribution then and get others into the match.
Now it's Batistuta. Guardiola with the foul. And here's Van Nistelrooy, and Van Nistelrooy! Oh, terrific save from the keeper.
Van Nistelrooy actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
Borussia Dortmund have their third corner.
بالدرجة كانت فيها صلح لي واحدة حلوة بقى خلص بيها الماتش. واحدة خلص بيها الماتش.
Not pretty, but it gets the job done. Good read, needed to be. And now they can spring out of defence.
والله كانوا باروا بتاع ده كانوا.
Van Nistelrooy thinks about the shot. Haaland! Oh, the ball's run loose here.
ومش عارف ايه الحارس ده، ايه الحارس اللي بيصدله ده؟
Guardiola. Not the most accurate pass. Rijkaard. Now it's Fernandes. And it's Van Nistelrooy. Rafinha. Now it's Mbappe. Hazard. Hazard looking to penetrate opposition lines. Isco. Now it's Haaland.
They've got to make this nice and quick.
Batistuta. Isco.
لو عدى السرور ده.
Fernandes. Rafinha. For Messi. Almost 75 minutes on the clock now. And here's Fernandes. And that is exemplary defending.
If you were looking at the shopping list of what you need in a top defender, that's it.
يا عم باظ عادل بقى يا عم.
And he cuts out the supply. Rafinha is offering some sort of an apology there.
Yeah, he just didn't seem to get enough on the task, Peter, did he?
Rijkaard. Isco. Rijkaard. Jimenez. Passing is crisp and sharp. Oh, that's well spotted.
ده
That's a
بساط
risky
صاحبه.
ball, you've got to say.
فيها مساحة إنها تتباصى. تتباصى
Now
برضه
it's
غلط.
Mbappe. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
Van Nistelrooy. Good ball, good take.
روح ما
Looking
تستوت.
for the run.
يعني ده بص ده سرور سهل خالص والله سهل
And
خالص.
it's Hazard. And they're not going to make any further progress now. Great skill, that's nice.
ده انت خلاص الماتش خلص كده.
Substitution on the field. Number 8, Messi. Number 15, Van Dijk.
Guardiola wins the duel this time.
Coming on the field, number 11, Lookman. Number 3,
Plenty of jostling in that box. They just need a good delivery.
Eduardo Camavinga. Substitution in progress.
And the ball is out of
والله
play.
رفع رايح.
Oh, easy pickings there. Nicely weighted ball. And the shots!
ضيق.
Euphoria!
في الضيق.
Utopia! And they are cavorting! Up by 3. They have their boots on the throats of their foes. A horrible blip, a situation utterly avoidable that has resulted in considerable embarrassment.
Yeah, they've only got themselves to blame. Mistakes in those areas are very punishable.
And it didn't take him long. Just sitting on the bench and waiting moments ago, already he has scored.
I think the manager's claiming an assist here.
Borussia Dortmund blast themselves into a 3-goal lead. And it's James. He's in a great position here. Lovely feet. Lookman. And that will be the final act.
We are glad to inform
Borussia
you that
Dortmund
today's match
have
day
done it.
programs are
The
available from
perfect
stands
outcome
located by the
in
gate.
this most
I'm
pressured
sure
of
they will make
games.
fine souvenirs.
Well, after all of that, Jim, what are you thinking?
Borussia Dortmund can be really happy with this. I saw it as one of these defining games for them, and they showed real character.
راميس يا جدعان.